day there, and welcome to my blog. This one's on the altitude. I have just received a letter from the Parks, Recreation and Historic Preservation of the Western District, Genesee region, for Letchworth State Park, because of course I want to fly my drone in the state park. Well, because of all the new legislation and required registration of drones over 0.54 ounces, we now are restricted from flying in certain areas unless you've got certification, FAA certification. So I called him. I says, you know, what's required? What is a requirement to be able to fly a drone in Letchworth? Well, she laughed and said, yes, definitely. And I like, okay. She started out saying, let's see, standard conditions. A permit is not valid until a $50 fee payable. You have to have proof of insurance coverage to receive the regional, and a $50 payable check, and then proof of insurance. Permittee shall provide general liability insurance for protection for claims of damage to property and personal injuries, including death, which may arise from activities in the amount of $2 million and $1 million. Insurance coverage shall be provided only by an insurer duly licensed in New York State. Permit is not valid if the facility is closed to the general public. You have to give them the dates that you want to fly. And of course, you have to have the permit so you can present it to park police or staff. No waiver of permission conditions is valid unless permit is amended and signed by a regional director. All required vehicle use fee or facility fee shall be paid at point of entrance, which you do anyway. Following conditions shall be considered appropriate for unmanned USA permit pending on type of use. Your UAS shall not disturb or harass wildlife. Of course, you can't use it to interfere with search and rescue, law enforcement, or other emergency operations. Of course, you can't fly it recklessly. Operators shall not operate unmanned aircraft while under the influence, of course. Inexperienced operators shall be accompanied or assisted by an experienced operator. Operators shall avoid flying directly over people, vessels. Basically, that's what they're telling you right there. Operators shall immediately report all accidents involving any injuries, damage to any resource, property, facility. Notifications does not relieve the operator from reporting requirements under the 49 CFR 830 or under the Certificate of Authorization or airworthiness certification required by FAA. Shall be within visual sight with no visual aids authorized of the operator at all times during the flight. Recreational operational shall be sufficient proof of liability insurance, proof of membership in an organization such as the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which includes liability insurance coverage with membership. Really, recreation operators shall comply with Advisory Circular 91-57, Section 336 of FAA's Reauthorization Act of 2012. Commercial and administrative operators shall have a certificate of operation airworthiness issued by the FAA and shall comply with FAA rules and regulations. Only persons associated with flying the USA are allowed at or in front of the safety lines that separate the area of flight operations from non-flight areas. An area away from the safety line shall be maintained for spectators, and international flying behind the safety line shall be prohibited. Specific time of day restricted may apply. There's no nighttime operations. Pilot operators shall make the appropriate announcement when taking off, landing, or in an emergency situation. First aid kits shall be carried by pilots and operators. Prohibited on the use of flammable liquids for fueling. If flammable fuels are allowed, the following requirements apply, which doesn't apply to drones. And it says application must be submitted with it not less than 10 days prior to the date. This application should not be used if a commercial USA activity is primary for filming or photography that qualifies for standard film permit. However, conditions from this permit may be incorporated into standard film permit. Must be mailed to the general park within with fees and insurance. Okay, describe specific purpose of location. Proposed location of activity within the park. Describe sponsors. Describe type of use. Name of person, organization. Time of arrival, departure, brief description of activity. FAA recreation, FAA authorization, recreation use, or certification of operation. Airworthiness activity, yes, no, or pending. Signature and so and so. So, there we go. This is now what's required, I believe, in any state park, because this is New York's state Parks and Recreation, and it's got the governor on here, commissioner, and assistant regional manager's name on this letter. So, but what I'm finding down here is, which kind of gave it away, if you're a member of, I just see it, if you were a member of, I just see it. Oh, okay. It was under 9. Recreation operators shall have sufficient proof of liability insurance or proof of membership in an organization such as the Academy of Model Aeronautics, AMA, which includes liability insurance coverage with membership. So I'll check that out and see if that's by being a member of this, you're going to get your certification of liability. So that may be that's what it's saying. It's going to be enough to get you in, but you're going to need under 3. You're going to need 200 million for aggregate and 1 million each occurrence. So unfortunately, that's kind of the way this goes. So anyway, that was just an update. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because as I get further and further in the future into flying my drone, I'll pass that on to you, what I've done to get further and further qualified to eventually I want to do commercial flying, and maybe eventually instructor. So anyway, thanks for watching again. Comment if you've already gone through this scenario, so I can pick your brain on it and get you in my blogs, so we can help other people the same way. So anyway, we will catch you on the next altitude.